So this person is asking me, can you please explain why I shouldn't have a balance in my traditional IRA if this person's income exceeds the Roth IRA contribution? So there's a thing called a Pro Rata rule, which is really annoying that they do this. Let me show you this, okay? It's a little complicated when it comes to the Backdoor Roth IRA. This is your Roth IRA, all right? When you contribute money to the Roth IRA, this part is called contribution. You already paid taxes. So it's after tax contribution. And you can take this money out at any time. So if for the year 2024, you can invest up to $7,000 or $8,000 if you're over the age of 50, okay? That is if you contribute money directly to the Roth IRA. Now, let's say you have a traditional 401k, then this becomes a conversion, okay? That's the big keyword here. Contribution coming out of your checking account. Conversion will be your pre-tax dollars from traditional 401k, traditional TSP, traditional IRA, traditional anything. Then this becomes a conversion to the Roth IRA, and you have to pay taxes on that in the same year. So if I make a conversion today for $1,000 from traditional IRA to a Roth IRA, I'll have to pay taxes on the $1,000 based on my marginal tax rate when I file my taxes in 2025. So Roth to Roth, that would be called a rollover. You don't pay any taxes on it. So let's say you have Roth TSP. So you already pay taxes into the Roth TSP, right? And when you move that money over to the Roth IRA, it becomes a rollover. It's just a basic transfer from one account to another. Now, once you put money into the Roth IRA, then it's inside a money market fund, and you can start investing into mutual funds, ETFs, and all that stuff. And then it grows in interest and earnings. That one you cannot touch until you're 59 and a half. You can touch your contributions at any time, but you cannot touch your earnings until you're 59 and a half. Backdoor Roth IRA, because you're over the income limit. Okay, let's say you're a single individual or you're a married couple. Let's say you make $200,000 a year. All right, $280,000 a year. And you're married and you're over the limit. So you can't do the direct contribution. So what happens is your money, let's say you have $7,000, goes to traditional IRA. You already pay taxes on that too. And then you just leave that money, again, $7K, in a money market fund. Most people don't really invest at this point because they want to make the transfer from here to here. It's called conversion. However, this is a different kind of conversion because this is a after tax to after tax conversion, okay? Even though your money went into traditional IRA, right here, it is still considered after tax dollars, okay? So after tax dollars into traditional IRA, and then you move money into the Roth IRA with after-tax dollars. That makes sense so far? Here's the problem. Let's say you move $7,000 in there inside your traditional IRA. Let's say you have $5,000 in there because you moved your old 401k or you had your old contribution in your traditional IRA. You moved it over to the traditional IRA. So this, I'm gonna call it pre-tax. You have pre-tax dollars in there that you have not paid any taxes into it. So in the eyes of the IRS or the government, they consider that $5,000 to be pre-tax. But you have $7,000 in after tax that you want to contribute to the traditional IRA. So the IRA or the broker, they have to segregate between pre-tax and after tax. This is where the math comes in, and it's so annoying that we have to do this. By the way, did you know that over 50% of Americans who make over $100,000 a year are living paycheck to paycheck? So is it always an income problem or a spending problem? If you're having trouble figuring out your budget, I encourage you to download a budget app called YNAB. YNAB stands for You Need a Budget. That's right. Whether you make $50,000 a year or $200,000 a year, every one of you needs to create a budget to achieve financial independence. You need to give every dollar a job so that you can be more intentional with your savings and spending. You can get a free trial without any credit card information by using the link in the description below. When you do $5,000 plus $7,000, that gives you a total of $12,000, right? So if the total is $12,000, that's combined between pre-tax and after-tax. $5,000 in pre-tax and $7,000 in after-tax. So you have to do the calculation on $5,000 divided by 12,000 is 41.6%. So 41.6 is in pre-tax dollars. That $5,000 is 41.6%. So the other 58.4% is in after-tax dollars. So what that means is that when you do a backdoor Roth IRA, and because you have this $5,000 in pre-tax dollars right now, what happens is they are still going to tax this 41.6% of $7,000 in taxes every year, because that's the balance that you have. So this $7,000, let's round it up to 42%. $3,000 of that will be considered taxable income, while $4,000 that you converted will be non-taxable. So the IRS will have to tax $3,000. Let's say you're in the marginal tax rate of 24%. So 24% of $3,000 will be $720. So you would owe $720 to the IRS for having a balance in your traditional IRA, because the pro rata rule is calculated like that, with the 41%, 42% in pre-tax and 58% in after-tax money. Did I lose you? I hope I didn't lose you, but this is such a complicated process. So the bottom line is, try not to have a balance in your traditional IRA to avoid all of this complicated math problem. What I did and what you can do is move money out of the traditional IRA into a 401k, TSP, whatever, to avoid all of this ridiculous calculations. That's my recommendation.